to Stamp with Lisa Brown. I am Lisa Brown, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thanks for joining me on my SAVI Sunday, Stamping of Various Inspirations. Today we're going to talk about the Stampin' Blends Alcohol markers and how you can mix your colors. So we are going to be featuring product from the Love You Always product suite. It's a great product suite in the 2021 January through June mini catalog. There's so many great products in here. You get 2 stamp bundles with dies, and you get some foil sheet paper, specialty designer sheet paper, which also has foils in it, some black enamel dots, heart embellishments, some gorgeous ribbon, which we're you'll see that today, and then this black and white True Love Designer Series paper. And this is what we're focusing on mainly, is this Designer Series paper. And we're gonna take one of these patterns down here with the flowers, and we're going to be coloring those in. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have pre-emped some of the flowers, and I just want to show you how you can combine your Stampin' Blend markers. You don't have to always just use one color on your project. So for today, we're using the Purple Posy, the light, the dark and the light, and we're going to combine it with Flirty Flamingo, the dark and the light. So I have already done a couple of flowers on here, and I've done my leaves. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And let's see, come back out just a little bit. Okay. So I want to show you this leaf here, sorry, is a combination of Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, and Daffodil Delight. Okay. I will be showing you how to color a leaf on another one. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the bottom of my flowers, I have also already filled in my flower center with some crumb cake. I like to protect my work surface because the color will blend through your paper. So you always want to have some scrap paper down. And I'm going to start with my dark Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color down here on the bottom of the petals. I always like to rotate it so that I can see and color in the direction of my petals. So we're just adding a little bit of darkness with our dark Flirty Flamingo on the bottom. Come up in here a little bit. Okay, so now I want to come back in. I'm going to come in with my light Flirty Flamingo and just kind of break off that hard edge a little bit, just extending that color up the petal. Kind of going in a circular motion. Just adding some more of the pink. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with my Purple Posy dark. And we're going to start adding some dark. And I'm going to drag this over the Flirty Flamingo. Going to each petal. So the best way is to pull out some of your blends that you think are going to coordinate with each other. And just try it and test it out. I was trying a couple of combinations before, and some just didn't work for me, so I just pulled out a different color. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my light purple posy and fill in some of those areas that we don't have color yet, and outline them and come down, and then where I'm hitting the other purple posy, I'm just going to go in a circular pattern just to get rid of that harsh line where the two colors meet. Now this is designer series paper and it's double-sided. So know when you're adding your color, you're going to start seeing a little bit of the pattern coming through on the other side. But as soon as your color dries, that will disappear. So that's why I love the black and white papers, because you can make them any color you want, just like when you're stamping. So if your designer series paper has an image in there that you really, really like, you can always cut it out and then color it yourself. Okay, so here is our first project colored, and just an interesting combination between the Flirty Flamingo and the Purple Posy. I think it makes a beautiful, beautiful flower. All right, so let's see. We're gonna just fussy cut these out real quick. Okay, so I have my flower all cut out, and we're gonna use a card base of Purple Posy. And this is another design from the True Love Designer Series paper. So I just cut that to 4 by 5 1/4. I put a 1/2 inch by 4 inch strip of Purple Posy going across, stamped a sentiment, and adhered that on. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over, and we're going to add this on with some dimensionals. Okay, I like using dimensionals so I don't have a saggy flower. Okay, let's pick these off with my pick tool. And we'll adhere this on just like so. So I felt like my card needed a little bit of ribbon, so I added a couple of strips of the seam binding ribbon, and I think I'm just going to add a little bow over on this side, just to give it a little something a little bit extra. And I feel like I can get away with a pretty decent size, and then that way it's going to make it look like we have some double hanging pieces of ribbon over here. So we're just going to add that with a glue dot. Okay, so there is our completed first card. Moving on, for the second color options, I have brought in Rococo Rose and Petal Pink. So let me go ahead and zoom back in so you can see what I'm doing on my coloring. I think this came out absolutely gorgeous. So in the center, I have already used my light crumb cake blends for my center. And now we're gonna go in with the dark Rococo Rose. And we're just going to add just a little bit. The Rococo Rose is dark, so we're just going to put just a little bit. I don't want it to, I want it present, I just don't want it super thick. Okay, I think that's good. So now I'm going to go in with my light Rococo Rose and add a little bit, just a little bit on there. Extending that color out just a hair. And I'm adding it in a circular motion, again, trying to remove any harsh edges between the colors. Okay. Next, I'm going to come in with my dark petal pink. And I'm really going to go over and blend over the Rococo Rose. So with the petal pink on this paper, this is where I noticed a lot, because I'm really blending in a lot of the petal pink, where I can see the image from the other side of the paper. But that's, like I said, it's okay. It is going to go away as soon as the paper dries. Okay, and then we're going to finish off with our light petal pink. Again, I think this is a really interesting color combination, and that will it will blend more as the paper dries. But let's go ahead and hurry up and give this a quick fussy cut. So we have our next flower done. Let me zoom back out. And I have a card already started. I used the Always in My Heart die bundle, and it cuts out a shadow to lay behind your words always. I used some more of this pretty ribbon, and the ribbon is the Blushing Bride metallic ribbon, and it's actually double-sided. So one side you get more metallics, and on the other side you get more of just a shimmery Blushing Bride. And then this is the gorgeous specialty designer series paper, Love You Always. Let's see, so we're going to dimensional these on just like we did with the other flower. I'll put one more in the center there. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in some of my black dimensionals because I'm using black paper. So those will blend in very nicely. So we can add this to the front of our card. And put got this always overlapping the flowers. And then I just took a little tiny strips of the ribbon. There's 4 of them, and I alternated in which direction. And then I tied them off with some linen thread. And we're going to put those on with a couple of glue dots. Just a little different kind of bow. So I thought that was really pretty. Okay, and then we have one more project, and this one is a little bit different. We are going to be using Mango Melody in combination with Poppy Parade. So but first I want to show you how I can add some color to my leaves, and we're gonna do a bunch of different colors. So this is Mossy Meadow, this is dark, and I'm going to add some dark in the center and at the bottom here. Okay. Then I'm going to go to, I think I'm going to jump over to my dark Old Olive, extending the color out. And I'm going to finish it off with 2 more. We're going to do light Old Olive, just a titch of light Old Olive, just to bring that in and get all the areas colored in. Not necessarily, and am I worried about blending it at this point? I'm just coloring in all the white spaces, because then I'm going to bring in my Daffodil Delight, and Daffodil Delight is what I'm going to use. I want my dark Daffodil Delight. I'm going to use my dark Daffodil Delight to finish off the blending, and it gives a nice little hue of yellow to your leaves. So just a different way to add extra interest. If it comes out a little bit too yellow, I think I have a little bit too much yellow on there. I'm going to come back in with my light Old Olive, and I'm just going to go right back over it. Just add a little more green back on there. Okay, I like that much better. So now I chose an interesting combination. I'm going to take, well, first of all, we're going to take our dark crumb cake and we're just going to fill in our center. We're going to use it's going to be like a tropical, kind of theme here. So I'm coming in with my dark Poppy Parade, and I'm just going to put that all the way around the base of my flower. Coming then in with my light Poppy Parade, starting to extend that color out a little bit more, adding some blend between the light and the dark to soften up those hard lines. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my dark Mango Melody and start adding in my yellow. Really going over that Poppy Parade as well. Bring my Work Surface Protector back in. And now coming in with the light Mango Melody and giving everything a nice final blend. So just a little bit of a different, again, just showing you how you can blend together different colors. Okay, here's our last one. Now this one is I did not use colors of the Love You Always bundle. I wanted to be different, seeing as I was using Poppy Parade and Mango Melody. So that's what I have done here. Here is the love die from there. And then there is a little tiny die that actually cuts out 4 of these flowers, but I've only used 3 of them. And they have a little hole in the center when they die cut out. So I added some rhinestones in the middle of them. Just a strip of Happy Parade, and we're going to add our flower to the front and finish this card up. Okay, move that over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there is our final project. I hope you enjoyed me showing you how to use your blends and combining them with different colors. So again, we used Purple Posy with Flirty Flamingo. For the center card, we used Rococo Rose and Petal Pink for this flower here. And then the last card was your Poppy Parade and Mango Melody. So thanks for joining me. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're looking to get any of these products, you can shop at stampwithlisabrown.stampinup.net. And don't forget, it is celebration. For every $50 in product that you purchase, you get a free celebration item. Check out my website to catch all those details. Thanks. Have a great night.